Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly community call. Thank you, everyone who's here for your time. Um, just a disclaimer that the call is recorded, so you don't have to talk. But this time we'll be taking a bit different approach to the call rather than just giving you information. Let's maybe practice to be more as a community and progressing towards the DAO. Maybe gathering suggestions to the team, and what would you like us to ask them, what would you like us to do for you guys, what's not clear, like to have an open conversation, because at the end, we are ambassadors are between you guys and the team, so we essentially middleman, we are the voice. So from next year, you will be the voice. Everyone who's participating in DAO, Jigstack ecosystem. So I'll start maybe with one question that was raised last time. It was regarding JStack. How does it work? And I heard some people having issues by staking it for 60 days and still not receiving JStack. So basically, how it works: when you stake your stack in Stack Bank, you have to stake them for 60 days for your JStack to start appearing in your not wallet, but under the cursor question mark in compounding. If you add more stack, let's say after 30 days or 10 days after your initial staking, it will basically compound, but your initial staked stack is staked in one block. So if you stake another stack in 10 days later, your J stack will appear 10 days later. So it's not as like we thought at the beginning, that it compounds and then just gets the average. No, it's staked on a block, so each time you stake, each time it adds up later. I hope that's clear for you guys. So, any ambassadors want to go for talking about IDO? Or I saw one guy asking about whitelisting. So how whitelist works? Basically, there are tiers. It's either 2 million stack for tier 1, 500k for tier 2, and 100k for tier 3. So if you stake your stack in Stack Bank, you don't need to get whitelisted. The lemonade is connected automatically to Stack Bank, and this is how it determines your tier. However, you can get whitelisted if you don't hold any Jigstack. To get whitelisted, you need to complete the steps mentioned in Medium article. But just to let you know, you cannot be whitelisted on the same wallet that you stake your stack. So it has to be different wallets, because like in Depot, team realized that contract is having issues if you trying to get whitelisted with the same wallet with which you are staking. So everybody can participate in lottery, whitelisting lottery, and everyone should do, I think. That's it from me, guys. Feel free asking any questions if you don't want to speak or if you don't have mic. Type it in general. We're gonna answer your questions.
Yeah, guys. So just if you guys don't feel comfortable talking, feel free to type it down in general, as Cam said, and we'll answer it here if we have the answer. So yeah, that's I think a good point that Cam mentioned before about you know being sure that you're not using the same wallet that you're staking from for whitelisting. People had issues with that in Depot IDO, so just be aware, guys.
So when you say to use a different wallet, if I'm staking and then I participate in the IDO and I'm going to put my money up to reserve for whatever that IDO is, are you saying that when we do that, it needs to be from a different wallet?
Yeah, so the wallet address that you'll share in the form that is supposed to be filled while submitting your application for the whitelisting, and one of the steps is filling the form up. The wallet address that you mention in that form must be different from the one that you're staking from, and that's the one that you're going to connect to during when IDO goes live on Lemonade, and it should work flawlessly if it gets whitelisted.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, we're not gonna give you any information if you don't ask anything. Like, we have information about Gallery, about Polygon, about everything wallet, but no one's asking anything. So it looks like no one is interested in anything.
No one wants to have insider information.
Yeah, actually, thanks for bringing that up. I did notice earlier in the week you guys noticed possible integration with Matic and Sushi. What is happening with that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yes. So ideally, the goal is to have Matic or for Stack Bank, for Wallet, for Gallery. So Stack Bank version 2 will be on Matic, and the next farms and pools will be on Sushi as well, just to have more liquidity. But the team is considering to put Gallery on Matic beforehand, because Gallery had to it's launched, but it's not functional, operational as of yet. Because this is another reason why it taking so much time, because they want to launch it on Matic, on Polygon. They will find out. They had a call last week. It's confirmed. So let's wait for that. And since we're talking about Gallery, updates on that. Should still due to launch this month. Basically, we're waiting for the main artist. And then after he launches, other artists will follow, because basically this way we will be able to hype all the other artists and gallery up. We're just waiting for the artist to do his marketing campaign, basically.
All right, so moving on, we have a couple of questions in general chat from people. I think so. The first one is from Tomers. He asks, let's say I have enough stack for tier 3, but I don't trust that there will be any spots left by the time IDO reaches tier 3. So should I whitelist? So the best way to increase your chances of getting an allocation at Homers is to get up in the tiers. If that's not something that you can afford right now, yes, I think you can consider whitelisting yourself. But the best way to increase chances is to go up in tiers. So from 100K to the next tier is going to be 500K. If you can get that extra 400K something, that'll be the best way to go about it. But whitelisting is also an option. We have another one. Kim, you want to take up next, or maybe Frebison?
Yeah, I mean, I can take that out. So Gstack after 60 days of stack period disappears and gets resets to 0 if added more stack. As KM mentioned at the beginning of the call, it's not that it gets resetted, but actually when you add more stack in Stack Bank, they end up in a block. And the moment the 60-day pass, that's where you will find the Jstack. So it's you're not losing any Jstack when you started to stake at the beginning, but it's just adding on top of what you added. Hope it makes sense. However, maybe even to connect to what Jstack will be going forward, I'm really looking forward to see how we can improve the tiering for next IDOs. Maybe in the short term we won't be able to do that, but we started to challenge the team on that, because of course we want to prioritize people that are in stack for the long run, right? But as well giving the possibility to new investors to join, right? So I'm sure the tiering model will change towards more stack and Jstack mix. Let's put it that way. And of course, we're curious to hear your ideas. If you have any advice compared to other IDOs model that you know. Maybe, for example, I can share. I invested in Polka Starter, which is actually like they're doing mainly IDOs, and I like a lot how they are evolving and they evolve compared to the beginning. Of course, Lemonade is one of the product of Stack. However, as we prioritize as an offering, this is one of the, let's say, of the example we took to the team, to share how Polka Starter is working, right? I consider them as a benchmark on my side, at least. I don't know if you know any other good IDO projects.
Yeah, I know TrustPad. I had a look the other day actually, but it's a mess there, man. They have like 12 tiers. It for normal people, they go like, I had a look what's happening, and it blew my head. Like, I would prefer something simple, easy. Just you stake 2 buttons, anybody can participate. Everybody, like even 10 years old or a grandma, because it's nobody wants to get involved like in when it's so complicated.
Yeah,
I do agree. Sorry, go ahead.
Definitely agree with that as well, right? So I mean, yeah, the basic USP across all products for Jigstack has been or is simplicity and minimalism. If you look at the UI, the UX, the website itself, all the products we have released so far, it's the minimalism and the simplicity of use. Of course, there are things that we can improve right now, and they're going to get improved in V2 versions of individual products. But the core theme is that we want to approach minimalism and simplistic user experience that's easy to follow, so that anybody, whether they are accustomed to the way crypto works or not, are able to follow it with minimal instructions. So I think, yeah, I agree with you, Cam, there that let's have a simple tier structure. Maybe we'll experiment here and there with a few different options and see what the community likes, what works best, and then we'll probably settle towards the one that works best, and we'll use the data that comes out to make those decisions.
I mean, I do agree as well. I think, and simplicity is what stands for, Jigstack, let's say, vision, right, for crypto. However, we need to find a way, going forward, when as well the stock price ideally will be higher than where we are currently, to kind of identify which are the right tiers without overcomplicating, right, the process. Because of course people that are joining now are joining early, let's say, and they're getting nice let's say tiering for what I think stack will be in 6 to 12 months to 5 years. And of course we need to find a way to make sure there are different perks, and we give the possibility to new investors as well to join the ecosystem. This time is through whitelist, giving 50 spots, right, without holding stock. But I'm sure going forward there will be something similar for early investors, right?
Yeah, there's some very interesting ideas that I've heard people talk about before. I'm not sure if this is implemented in any other projects, but if you have oracles integrated, then maybe we can pull in the pricing data and automate the calculation of tiers and levels based upon that data, and it's changes based upon the price value, whatever it is, and then we can parameterize it. I'm not sure if this is technically feasible or how complicated it's going to be, but it's one way of doing things that can be more
That
automated.
sounds very cool. Yeah, that sounds very cool.
Can you repeat again what sounds very cool, because I lost it?
Yeah, no worries. So I think we were talking about tiers, right? Because with price change, as price increase or decrease or whatever, we want to make sure that the tiers represent that information, right? So the one way to do that is we pull in the pricing data using a decentralized oracle, and we use that to make calculations of what these levels are going to be in different tiers. So whether it's going to be 2 million now, and if price changes and increases, it could be 1.5 million. So there can be an algorithm which can use the pricing data from an oracle to determine that without much manual intervention. So that's one way. Obviously, I'm not sure how complicated it's going to be, but that's one thing that we can experiment with.
I mean, I like it. To be honest, it's against kind of whale system, right? You already convinced me when you started to explain it. Like when things are complicated, it means that they're good. I'm joking, of course.
How are the tiers currently worked out? Are they just figures that has been decided from the start, or have they been taken on what the current price is now, for example?
Yeah, it's based upon the current prices, of course, and the previous IDO the data has been taken into account from that, I assume, and I think that's just it for now. And the team is going to reevaluate that. Obviously, we as investors gather input from you guys, what you think about these tiers, whether it should be increased, decreased. So start suggesting going forward as well. If you think 2 million is too high at these prices, say so, and then we'll communicate that to the team, and then.
No. I'm not saying that. I think at these prices, I mean, especially if you, for instance, I'm one of them, but I'm sure a lot of others as well, when they're investing at sub 1 cent, to be honest. I don't think asking for a 2 million allocation is too much, but obviously you want to be that the early investors are then rewarded as the price goes up. You should still keep the tier quite high, I think, but obviously, like you say, if it goes to say 4 cents from now, instead of 2 million, have it as 1 million. So then those that were early investors still have the benefit, but then the newer people that are coming in also can then get attracted by the lower tier levels.
Yeah, definitely. And to answer your previous question, yes, right now it's manually decided, pre-decided, and we can change it from IDO to IDO.
Yeah, no, cool. All right, cool.
From an ease standpoint, are any of you familiar with Radium on Solana?
Yeah, I actually am invested there as well.
So, yeah, they're pretty sweet system, and I guess when you're talking about ease, one of the nice things about doing these releases with them is if I'm staking Radium, as long as I meet the certain amount, or it could be a certain amount of stack, that's the requirement, and it has to, you have to have been staking it for a certain amount of time before the IDO, and then you usually have to post a certain amount of USDC to provide liquidity for it. But it's very simple and easy to use, and then they just issue you your tokens that you get, and then you just click a button to claim them. It's far less work than having to have a separate wallet and pay all the gas fees to work on Ethereum. So I don't know if you guys have the possibility to work towards that direction where people who are staked and stuff, those things happen more automatically to keep gas fees and stuff from having to come into play.
So, two things. I think you brought a really interesting point. First of all, let's say hi to our special guest, Stack, that finally joined us on calls. Besides that, I think actually Radium Protocol is a really good example that you brought. I like the idea of tickets raffle. The more Radium you have, the higher are the chances to get a ticket, right? And let's say there is no kind of tiering system, but at the end of the day you still give, let's say, from a statistical point of view, more opportunity to as bigger investment, but at the same time you still give a chance to to smaller investors. However, what I would love to add on, on the Radium protocol as an example is what as well Polka Starter's team is doing, since they're having like quite a lot of IDOs every week or month. What they do, the moment one of the address gets the IDO spot, for I think 1 or 2 weeks, they don't have the possibility to win another spot for the other IDO. In this way, you give the chance to more, let's say, wallets and more people to get access to IDOs, right? So I think something like this would be something that I would like as an idea. I think going forward, maybe as an ambassadors team, we should maybe kind of create a form and gather feedbacks and start to propose this type of things to the team and start to work on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm taking all notes. So in next our ambassador meeting, I'll propose this to everything what we're discussing here to the team.
Just moving on to something extra. How's Wallet getting on? And when you release it, are you going to release it as an app as well, or are you going to release it purely just as a web page?
So wallet is still planned for end of October. So developments are moving forward with it. Also, they want to do it on Polygon. App will be next year. Only web-based wallet will be at the moment. So it will be beta version, like all the products, MVP version of the wallet end of the month. But team is having meeting next week and updates on the wallet. So we'll have more details about it then. But so far it's as scheduled for October.
Cool. Cheers, man.
Hello, guys. Thank you for welcoming me.
Oh, finally we hear you, man. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. Nice to hear you and see you here. Do you
Of
have
course, it
any?
will be nice to hear the most humble guy on the Discord.
Finally, we give a voice to humble. So it's nice.
Nice to hear all of you.
He's shy. Why are you shy, humble?
I'm with my kids and, the music is playing on the TV. So I'm a bit shy if they start crying or shouting.
No problem, man. I mean, we like that. You're joining, and everyone is joining. I would like actually to bring a topic since we're talking about other, layer twos or other chains. I would have loved to have Charles here to ask about what's going on with Hedera integration. This is something that I'm really looking forward, to have more news on. To be honest, I don't know about you. It's for everyone the question and not for humble only.
Actually, what I think about thought.
Well, let's see. We can ask team for Charles to come, maybe to start chilling next week. So everybody can ask him personally all the questions.
Yeah,
My
that's a good
only,
idea.
concern with this talk is, whenever they announce something that it is going to happen, it's a little
So
bit delayed.
else,
I
with
don't know.
any other questions for IDEO? Try and send.
Wait, Humble was saying something, I think.
Yeah, I was saying actually, this IDO actually it was
So
supposed to
as
be
soon
in
as
mid.
we're done with Transcend, we have new IDO in pipeline, which is ready to go as well.
KM, can you hear us? KM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Humble was speaking.
I
Wait.
think you're having private chat with him then.
No. You cannot. Can you hear Humble or not?
Yeah, I was speaking actually.
No.
Then somebody else started speaking, so I stopped.
Yeah, no. So KM, I think maybe something wrong with you because I hear him.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Humble. Complete your thoughts. Go ahead, Humble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Humble.
I was just concerned about because what happens
So new
is
IDO is in a
the
pipeline,
the
and
the
luckily
team announced
Debo
something,
did
and it get
8x. So let's see how the Transcend will go. All your sharing, all your tagging in Twitter helps bringing us new IDOs because they don't know Lemonade as a launchpad yet. So the more you do social activity, the better. Also, that helps for CX listing, which is still due in October. And we got confirmation today that Tier 1 will be before the end of the year 100%.
What, tier 1?
Tier 1 exchange.
Nice.
So
that would be really great. I think if it would be before end of year, that's really gonna improve. the volume and ease of purchase.
Yeah, it takes the Ethereum fees out of it as well, which suck right now.
Yeah, big time. Like, we had a conversation today in general with one guy, and he was like, well, there is someone selling a lot of stock, but no one is buying. And there was a person, he was like, well, I'm ready to buy, but the gas fees are crazy. So we're losing lots of users and investors, and who wants to join Jigstack, but they're not buying because of the Ethereum fees.
I dread to think how much in fees he paid selling 200k at a time. It's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, guys, till date I've paid like about $10,000 worth of fees on Ethereum. Vitalik is so hungry.
I mean, I saw there is a website where you can.
Yeah, that's
track.
the one I use.
Yeah. I don't want to open it, to be honest.
Scary,
I'm fucking
right?
scared.
I've got a link to that if anyone wants it.
Yeah, man. Drop in off topic and we try.
Some people got millions of dollars numbers in there. Sorry.
I think what would be interesting to see, during NFT seasons, which is actually already happening for the past weeks, right? What's the situation of our wallets? I really hope Gallery comes out soon, because I've actually been shopping quite a lot in OpenSea the past days and weeks. But even there, like to pay $100 NFT, you need to pay $100 fee, right? So it's almost costing more than the NFT. So that's why hopefully Gallery will be live soon with Polygon. Hopefully, late October, and that's where we can start to have nice artists coming in, because they're of course sick of what's going on with OpenSea.
Yeah, definitely. And who's excited for the first burn, guys?
For the first, sorry?
For the first burn. So we have had one IDO already,
yeah.
and the news is that by end of October we should have our first burn, as well as the first rewards that will flow back to StackBank.
Man, I love not tokens that are not inflationary, right? So that's, for me, it's freaking exciting. Like long term, this is gonna be really big. I mean, maybe people don't realize that yet, but the moment IDOs are gonna run like maybe once a week or once every 3 days, and all the ecosystem will start to run with Gallery, with the wallets, with Etlink, etc. We are gonna have quite a non-inflationary token going on. So I'm really looking forward for that.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think people are just impatient, to be honest.
I mean, it's part of crypto, that, right? Like, a lot of people look for short-term gains. So
is there any talk of a listing on a centralized DEX?
Just one question. If you are not talking, maybe go mute, guys, because we can hear you.
Yeah, I just muted him. Go ahead.
Okay. As KM was mentioning, I think I cannot mute from the phone, I think. Okay. Yeah, so now it's working. So as KM mentioned, I mean, for sure by end of year we have tier 1 in. I think the team is really working hard to get it already, end of October, beginning of November, right? So that's where, we may have good news soon. My advice is to show support for Stack on Twitter, right? So when you see posts from Stack, like, retweet, comment. When you see or when you want to post something about Stack, make sure to use $Stack or hashtag Jigstack. So we start to show that there is community support, right? This is what centralized exchanges are looking for as well. So it's all on us as well.
Yeah, 100%. Because I was watching today interview with OKX Exchange CEO, and she said when they're looking to list new coins, they're looking basically at the products. If they're legit products, if they're not some copycats, if it's working product, and they're looking if they have community, active community, most important. And there was third factor. Can't remember, but she highlighted
Maybe
these
volume.
Volume, yeah.
probably, but it's a new coin, so no downside or no selling pressure, something like this. Well, it's related, yeah, volume. But she highlighted products, they are up and running, and community. Community brings a big part.
Yeah, our biggest unlocks are already over, right? If I'm not mistaken, and also our volume profile has been growing very well since our lowest point at 0.0033. So yeah, I think from that point specifically, we are in a good shape.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking more. Sorry, Foxman, go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. I was just going to say that we've definitely been getting some help on Twitter from Credible Crypto as he's been shilling the project over the last week or so.
He's the king.
Yeah, sure. I mean, kudos to him, right? I mean, more people like him that support the project, even if that sometimes people tend to look just at the short-term price, right? But I think, again, besides the volume, it's so important social engagement. That's where as well from my side, besides retweet, a comment, the post. Because again, it's really important that we show that, and more people are gonna know Stack through social engagement. So that's where it's really important we're strong as a community. So again, my advice, team, do that. Every time you see a post from Stack or Stack collaborating with someone, it's let's show some love to this post.
Guys, are you thinking about asking some bigger groups to engage Stock, like blockchain whispers on Telegram, and what about WWG group? I mean, there was supposed to be AMA with them, but I think it was cancelled, or I don't know, it's postponed, or I don't know what happened exactly. So what is your stance on these groups?
Anyone else to add to ask?
KM, I think you have Stack blocked, so that's why you don't hear him. But you ask a really good question.
Oh, really?
I think you need to unblock him.
Here we go.
No, so you ask a really good question, Humble. Look, from a EMEA point of view, I think the team is quite available to do them. However, it's quite selective, right? We're not looking for short-term pumps, but more to present Jigstack. And I think that, let's say, happened already a few weeks ago. I don't recall the group name, but the team is constantly thinking about doing this type of things. With the WWG group, right, you mentioned, I don't think they're really swimming in the right waters right now. Like, there have been some food, about how the group is run currently. So I think best to wait that everything comes down, and then I'm sure they will be one of the first group the team we will do an MEA with, right? But what I can tell you, IDOs, MEA with IDO projects for sure will help to get visibility, both for Stack and the IDO project we are doing with, right?
See, what I know exactly, when stock was released, this WWG group, they were too much involved with stock. Their,
Hey, Humble, your voice is breaking, man.
admins. So suddenly they, just retraced, and they were not talking about stock that much. So, I mean, did you try to find out the reason why these groups, they are, running, backwards again? They are not coming towards stock. So even, after you, prepared them that there will be AMA for WWG, and then they just refused. I don't know what happened.
No, they
No,
they did not
I mean, why
refuse.
they are doing like that? Is it some problem with the team, or is it some problem with the project itself? So actually, I'm trying to find out the reason why it's happening.
I mean, from my side, what I can tell you, not talking from a team perspective, that they didn't refuse anything because there has not been really, an alignment call about having an MEA. As mentioned, this will happen the moment, let's say, even on their side, the water comes. Right now, like again, maybe it's not the best moment to have an MEA with them. And specifically, like they, let's say, were really proactive at the beginning because, of course, they were, I think, a VC, and they were invested, and they are invested on Stack, right? And the moment when there are launches, of course, you make sure to support the project. However, as far as I know, there has been as well recently an update from their Twitter, profile. I think from the WWG Ventures profile, I think it's called, where they share the latest update on Stack, as it's one of the projects they invested on. So I mean, I think the relationship, it's working, it's good. It's just a matter now when to do the MEA, and I'm sure the marketing team, Filippo, they have everything on the calendar, on when to do that.
That's good, actually, if everything is on track. And the only thing is, if they are talking about the project, even if they are not fully involved, because there are thousands of projects maybe they are trading on. So if they are not talking a lot about stock, but still they are mentioning on Twitter and other places every now and then. So at least it's a good thing. At least they haven't forgot the project.
Yeah, that's clear from
um
their tweets and their activity on Twitter. And
exactly.
recently,
Even I
Filippo
was
mentioned.
actually on their group also, the paid one, last month. And even there also, they were doing analysis, and they were giving their targets. So I think they haven't forget it,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. So you
I don't
you
know.
you answered your own
Yeah.
question, bro. And coming back to
Yeah.
the AMA thing, I think doing such an activity, it's gotta be timed right. You need to make
Yeah,
sure that
true.
the timing is perfect. From our standpoint, where we are in our roadmap, what sort of milestones we are approaching towards, and where they are, the influencers or these groups that we coordinate with, and they help us with the marketing, where they are in their journey, right? So as Freddie mentioned before, let the dust settle down. I
Yeah,
think
probably
then we'll
right.
have the best timing to have the CMA.
Yeah, and on top of that, now that I recall, maybe an alpha for you, it's that the moment gallery will go live, like with a piece of art that can be bought, and the big artist that the team is mentioning about, will be presented. that's where most of these, MEA and kind of support from other VCs will happen, right? So again, give it a time. At the end of the day, we are quite young still, as or let's say we're a child, right? At the early stage of the life, and there will be time to do like all this MEA and make sure that all the products are fully running. So again, we are really early guys, and that's should make us smile, right?
Yeah, definitely. All right. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to ask away here in audio, or you can also write it in the general chat if you're not comfortable speaking.
So this transient IDO, I was reading the article. It was saying that they are having only 50 spots, and that is actually for the random people, not for the tires, isn't it?
I like it that you call them random people. But KM, go ahead.
Yeah, finally I can hear you, mate. Nice to meet you.
Finally, you unblocked me. Tell the
No,
truth,
I
man.
don't know how come your mic may you wasn't blocked, but I muted you. Maybe last time you was some
I
background noise
wasn't.
or
I
so.
wasn't. I wasn't blocked, but the Discord knows that you wanted me to block, so it was not letting you hear me.
Exactly, probably. So the 50 spots are for people who don't hold any stack. Yes, that's a lottery for them. And if you are,
Okay.
you have, yeah, if you are in any of the tiers, you have your spots. But just between me and you, don't tell anyone. I would suggest to you to use another wallet and to get whitelisted, because this way you will have higher probability to get in tier one.
Yeah, that's
and,
fine.
and this
Why didn't I think of that?
this call is not recorded. Huh?
Yeah. So, but you cannot use the same wallet which you're staking with.
Okay, guys, did you notice that when we were having last IDO, when Deepu was getting whitelisted, and there was a lot of pump in the price. So why it is not happening right now, even when the BTC is doing great, market sentiments are good, but still we are sort of lagging behind. Do you think it's a normal correction, or is it just because of that one wallet who dumps, or what's the reason behind, I mean, why it is happening? Did you try to find out the reason? Because I was a bit confused. At least it should not have dropped that much, because even the if see the stock bank, it's almost 700 million now. So I mean,
Hey,
even
Hopeful,
the
your
smaller
voice is breaking, man, but I think I got your question. So I think a couple of
yeah.
reasons. One that Kim mentioned before, that there are people who are interested in buying this dip, but they are deterred by the gas. So that's one of the reasons. And the other is also, I mean, this is a big wallet that has been dumping. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's obviously the reason. I mean, it's a no-brainer. That's if somebody dumps it like that, for sure, price is gonna tank, and especially if there's nobody to buy or people are not as interested because of the gas issues. But I think this is a temporary correction. It's gonna come back up. That's my personal take on it, not financial advice.
Yeah, I'm tracking his wallet. So it's 4 million left. So looks like he'll be out today. So imagine in 24 hours selling 25 or 26 million of stack. So that's a lot.
Also,
There's a
guys,
lot.
those of you who follow Credible Crypto, check out his latest tweet on Stack and Stack's price action. He said that the most of the downside is done, as per his analysis. So that's something to read.
And I mean, the good news is that the kind of when this type of wallets are unloading the bags, right? They give more the opportunity to distribute the the coins, and give more opportunity to early investor like us to join the project at an early stage with a good entry price point, right? And I think these prices, again, not financial advice, I don't know if we're gonna see them in the next years, on the years to come, because again, there are no anymore, and correct me if I'm wrong, seed or private wallets distribution anymore. I think we're done with October, with the first week of October. So after that, only the team, I think, is gonna get their locks, but they're not they're not unloading.
Man, up only, up, up, up.
That's what we want, Humble. That's what we want.
Yeah, as soon as the gas fees drop, the price will bounce straight back up anyway. We've got quite a bit of support around here generally, but $200, $300 gas fees, people buying 100, 200,000, just not going to happen right now.
Yeah, I do agree. Gas fees, centralized exchange, Hedera or Polygon network. I think it's gonna be an interesting one the next months.
What's happening with the Hedera integration? How are we getting on with that?
That's for the next weekly stack call with Charles. But to be honest, I don't have a lot of updates there. I don't know if KM or Stackverse or Graz have anything to share there, but or Chan.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from Chen. Hey Chen, how's it going, man?
Do you believe
Hi
that
guys.
we? Oh, Chan, I was making a
Finally,
joke.
you guys can hear me.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally.
I was saying we heard first the voice of Humble, then yours.
Oh, cool.
This is a good
Yeah,
omen, I
finally,
hope.
I've been adjusting different devices, all this while trying to get myself hurt. But then, finally now I managed to get myself up and running. Yeah. So
Are there any other question, team? More than 50 minutes now. I think we're gonna close soon, right, KM? So if there are any last questions to ask. Yeah, actually good call, KM. One good news that came this week is that finally we got the latest on the circulating supply. So now if you go on CoinGecko, you will find the latest circulating supply for Stack. Maybe the numbers that you would see there you think are not matching. However, what that number is taking into account is deducting what is stacked in Stack Bank. So it's gonna show only what is available in the market to be traded. And I think the latest is around 1 billion stack. But yeah, that's the right place where to look at circulating supply. You will find as well the wallet address of the marketing team of the team, so you can easily see and there is full transparency on how dollars get spent in case or stack gets spent. And then on CoinMarketCap, there is a circulating supply. However, it's not up to speed as CoinGecko. Main reason because CoinMarketCap has been updated manually, while CoinGecko instead now is updated through kind of has been automatized as an update. So every time something moves from the wallet, from the team, will be updated automatically. While on CoinMarketCap, not yet. So that's it on this update. Any other questions?
I see a question in the general chat. PP Singh is asking where we are having airdrop.
The airdrop is for the most active, I mean, for today, you mean, for this call. It's for the most active user.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good fight between Foxman and Crypt30, right?
Yeah.
So after the call, there will be a decision on that.
Yeah,
In
and
our
usually there's several other airdrops that happen from time to time, sometimes randomly, sometimes, based upon an event like this one or other type of social engagement. Usually they happen in the airdrop channel, so guys, keep an eye on that, and please be active in the community. You'll get a lot of chances to grab some of these airdrops. Sometimes community members, some of them are very generous and they like to drop, stack from time to time. So keep an eye and be engaged in the community. You'll get a lot of chances.
Thank you for everybody's time today and sharing the information with the group. It's very exciting as an early investor to get to hear from you guys.
Okay, Foxman, the airdrop is yours. I'm sorry, and Crypto30.
Foxman nailed it with his closing thoughts.
Thank you.
But next time, I'm sure, and Crypto30 will deserve it.
All right, so if no more questions, I think we can wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I think this has been a very good chat. Some good questions, and Kim, I think you took some notes, and we're gonna go back to the team and ask some of the questions which are still unanswered and get those answers during the next call. So thanks for joining, guys. Until next time.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ciao, guys.
Bye,
Ciao.
guys. Have a great day. Bye.